FIFO stands for first in, first out. Date, it is common. Whatever the accounting entries or ledger you will do, the date is must. If you are received, it should be in receipt column. If you are issued, it should be in issue column. Nothing is mentioned means directly it will go to balance column. Hello everyone, this is your Adarsh sir, lecturing Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. So we are in the session 5 of your topic called Cost Accounting. Under Cost Accounting, we are discussing about the topic material. In material, we are doing LIFO as well as FIFO. As I told you, in the material topic, you have many subtopics like your stock levels, ABC analysis, EOQ as well as your LIFO as well as FIFO. Now, so we have done with your stock level, almost 3 to 4 problems we worked out, and we done with your EOQ, economic order quantity, and the ABC analysis we discussed the theory part, and as I told you in your examination you will not get any problems on ABC, but on safer hand we will do one problem on ABC as well as I discussed you the danger level in stock levels. Those things we will do at the end of your LIFO and FIFO. Now, so what will be the agenda for today's session? The agenda is very simple. First, we'll discuss about the LIFO FIFO concept, format of FIFO and problems on FIFO. First, we'll discuss about FIFO. Later, after doing 3 or 4 problems, we'll go back to your LIFO. Now, FIFO and LIFO 100% it is same, but at the time of calculation, there is a slight changes in the calculation. Now, before we go to problem, we will understand what do you mean by LIFO as well as FIFO. In this, FIFO stands for first in, first out. FIFO stands for first in, first out. Then assumes that the oldest product in a company inventory have been sold first and goes by those production cost. I'll make you understand with simple example. First we'll read out the definition. Now, the LIFO stands for last in, first out. Method assumes that the most recent product in a company inventory have been sold first and uses those cost instead. So I'll give you best examples so that you will understand what is LIFO and what is FIFO. Now, first we'll go for FIFO, then we will go for LIFO. Now, for FIFO, we'll go with the example of your food items. FIFO will go for the example of food items. Now, for LIFO, we go with the example of your mobile phones or any electronic gadgets. Now, for FIFO, we'll go with your food item, and LIFO, we go with the example of mobile phones. Now, what is FIFO? Like, you bought some food, like today you bought milk, 1 packet of milk, half liter you bought today. Then tomorrow same thing you did, you bought one more. Now the first packet it was bought on 1st January. The second half liter packet of milk you bought on 2nd January. One more packet you bought milk, it was bought on 3rd January. Now, your family were out of station, you did not use those milk packets. All 3 packets are in your refrigerator. Clear? Again I'll repeat, you bought 3 milk packets, one is on 1st Jan, 2nd as well as 3rd. Your family members are out of station, you have not used all those 3 milk packets. Now once on 4th your family members came. Now how many packets are there in your refrigerator? 1, 2, 3. When it was bought 1st January, 2nd January, 3rd January. Now, if you're a normal common people, now which packet you will use it first? Will you go for 3rd January or 1st January? Obviously, you will go for whatever you bought on 1st January, you will use it first. Once you're done with that, you will go for packet 2, which was bought on 2nd January. Once you're done with the second packet, you will go for the last packet that was bought on 3rd January. Why it is like this? Why? Because milk is a perishable item. Perishable means as far as you keep it, it will be chances of perishing or spoiling. Now, for that reason, you have used which was purchased on January 1st, you used first. Which was purchased on 2nd January, you used next. Which was purchased on 3rd January, you used at the last. This is nothing but first in. Whatever you have received first, first out. First in, first out. Whatever you have collected first, you have used first. Whatever you have collected later, you have used next. This is called FIFO. Hope you understood. First in. First you bought, first out. First you have used. Clear? This is all about your FIFO. Now we'll come to LIFO. Now, what happens in LIFO? LIFO, I have given you example of mobile. Now, for example, you have iPhone 10. Which mobile you have? iPhone 10. And now the one more mobile released like iPhone 11. Example. Recently they have launched iPhone 12 also. Now, if you are a brand artist, you are a big fan of iPhone, will you go for iPhone 10? 11 or 12, which one you will go? Normally you will go for iPhone 12. You will go for latest or updated mobile. Similarly, later if your budget is less, you may go for 11. If your budget is very less, then you will go for 10. But first preference will be given to what? It will be for iPhone 12. If iPhone 12 is not available, then only you will go for iPhone 11. Similarly, this we call it as LIFO, last in. Which came last? iPhone 12. Last in, first out. Which came at the last or else latest will be sold at first. This is called LIFO. Now, LIFO always go with your electronic gadgets and FIFO always goes with your food items. So, in a company, depends on their product. So, they can go for FIFO method or else they can go for LIFO method. It is left to the company. Clear? Yes, this is all about your LIFO as well as FIFO. Now, so these are the concept I supposed to explain you in this sheet, but I explained you in that only. Now, in this LIFO as well as FIFO, we will talk about FIFO. We will talk about FIFO. Now, under FIFO, what I explained you, the same thing. Whatever you will collect first, you will use it first. Normally, what happens? Your vegetables, or else your food items, milk, butter, or curd, whatever it may be, the food items usually will use it first. The later you purchased, that can be used later. Now, so problems on FIFO. Now, how you have to do your problem? Just I'll give you simple example. One small problem we will work out. Hardly it will be 4 or 5 entries so that you will understand better. Now, example. Your opening stock. Opening stock. Maybe 500 units of rupees 10 each. So, opening stock means before you purchase, already you have stock, which was you bought on last year. Now, after this is on January 1st. Then, January 2nd, receipt of 200 units at 5 rupees per unit. So, I'll use shortcuts. So just we need number of units and rupees. Then January 3rd, again receipt of 100 units at rupees 4 per unit. Now, and the next one, January 5th, issue. Issue means, remember, you have sold. You have not sold to outsider, you have issued to production department. That's why we don't use the word called sold. Sold means you have sold to the customer. Issued means from your godown you have issued to the production department. Now, issued around 250 units, or else we can take it as 750 units at rupees 8, or else we use it 10 each. 10 each. Now, so these are the informations we have. So how many transactions we have? Total 4. First will be your opening stock, 500 units of rupees 10 each. Receipt of 200 units at rupees 5. Again receipt of 100 units at rupees 4. Again issue of 750 units at rupees 10. These are the informations which are available. For these information, how can we do calculation? I'll discuss about this. This will be your format for your calculation. So the format will be very simple. There are only 4 columns. One will be your date, receipt, issue, balance. You need to remember this. Date, it is common. Whatever the accounting entries or ledger you will do, the date is must. Now, in the year or in the particular month, how many units are received for that receipt column? How many units are issued for that issue column? After receipt or issue, what will be there? Balance will be there. So for that reason, we have balance column. Very simple, easy to remember. Which are the columns? Without seeing board, you have to say now. Close your eyes. Now it will be very simple. First one will be date, second one receipt, third one issue, last one balance. So almost 50% of the format you have learned. Clear? Yes. Now continuation. Under date we don't have any sub columns now, but under receipt we have subcategories. Which are those? Like first will be unit, price, or unit and cost. So this will be your price. So this we can call it as cost. Unit, cost as well as price. Now in this, unit is, just assume that 100, cost is 10 rupee, 100 into 10, it will be 1000. Clear? Yes. Now similarly, unit, cost, price. Now similarly, unit, cost, price. Up to this, hope there is no doubt. Clear? Yes, very good. Now unit, cost, price, unit, cost, price, unit, cost, price. Now you are familiar with the format. Now if you are familiar with the format, what is the next procedure? We'll go for your solution. Now I'll go back to your question. As per the question, what it says, opening stock 500 into 10. Now come back to your format. We have receipt, we have issue, we have balance. Do you have stock column? No. Then we should write it in balance column. If you are received, it should be in receipt column. If you are issued, it should be in issue column. Nothing is mentioned means directly it will go to balance column. Now in this balance column, how much it is given? 500 units at rupees 10 per unit. Now directly your balance, number of units 500, cost per unit 10. Your final answer is 5000. Any doubt up to this? No. Easy or very easy? It is very easy. Now we'll go for the next one. The second part will be receipt of 200 units at rupees 5. Now you only tell me which column I should write. Correct. We should write it under receipt column because in the question specifically they have mentioned that received. Now date is January 2nd, receipt of 200 units. So date you have to mention every time. So January 2nd, I'll use this column because it is little bigger. Jan 2nd. Now receipt how much? 200 units. What is the price? 5 rupee. So your cost is 5. 200 into 5, it is 1000. Clear? Yes. What we should do in the balance column? Now very simple. First we have to copy the old balance. Old balance is 500 into 10 and it is 5000. Every time we have to copy the old balance. Then I'll give you a simple example. Before you go to bed, yesterday you had 100 rupees. How much you had? 100. Now today your dad gave you 200 rupees. Now how much is your balance? Yesterday's 100. For that you have added 200. Total how much you have? You have 300. Similarly, the old balance was 500. You have to copy that. Along with that, the today's or the recent balance has to be added. But remember, you cannot merge. You have to write it separately. Now, why? Because cost per unit are different. If the same, then we can merge. If it is not same, you have to make it separate. Now, there are 200 units are purchased. Total you have again 200. What is the value? 5. And we have 1000. Just assume that you have box number 1 and box number 2. The box number 1 is your old box. Box number 2 is your recent box. Any doubt up to this? The answer is no. Yes. Now we'll go for next. January 3rd, again receipt of 100. Same procedure. January 3rd, receipt of 100. What is the price? Price is 4. 4. It will be 400. In the balance column, what we should do? Copy the oldest, copy the old and copy the recent one. Next, copy the same thing. 500 into 10. It is 5000. Unless and until you will issue this, you have to copy every time. Even though it is a 10 boxes, you have to copy all 10 boxes every time. Now, again, it will be 200 into 5. It is 1000. What is a new box? It is 100 into 4. It is 400. Up to this, any doubt? Hopefully, there is no doubt. Now, we'll go for the next one. Issue 750 units at rupees 10 per unit. How many units are issuing? 750. How much it is? 10 per unit. This is very important. I'll show you this. January 5th. How many units they are issuing? They are issuing 750. Which method we are using? We are using FIFO method. What FIFO method says? You have to open first box, then you can go for second box, then you can go for third box. Go back to our same example, your milk packet. We go for first packet, second as well as third. Similarly, the boxes has to be opened one by one. Now, in this, how many units you are issuing? 750. In the first box, how much you have? Only 500. Copy that. First box you are taking 500 into 10. It is 5000. Out of 750, you have issued 500. Still how much you need? Still you need 250. Go to second box. How much you have in the second box? 200. How much we need? 250. Sufficient? No. You take 200. What is the price given? 5. It will be 1000. Remember, whatever price mentioned in the box, the same price we are supposed to calculate. Now, this is done. We'll go for the last one. 250 minus 200, balance 50 required. Now, two boxes are empty. Now we'll go for the last box. How many units we have in the last box? 100. How much we need? We need only 50. So we will not take complete 100. We take only 50. Now, this will be 50. What is the price? 4 rupee. Now, 50 into 4, how much it is? 200. Up to this, any doubt? No. You have done issue. 500 plus 200, 7. 7 plus 50, 750. You have issued 750 units. Any doubt? No. Now, come to balance column. First box, now it is empty. Second box, empty. Third box, out of 100, you have already issued 50. What is the balance left? Only 50. Now, you should write 50 and what is the value? 4 and the value will be 200. This is all about your FIFO problem. Very easy thing. Hope you understood. You have to go one by one. LIFO will come later. Don't be in bias. If I explain you LIFO again, you will be in confusion. LIFO will come later. First, you will understand FIFO. FIFO means first in. First box, we have to make it empty. Second in, you have to make it empty. Then later, you have to go for last box. Clear? Yes, this is all about your FIFO problem. I'll go back to all the slides. You can take a screenshot. So this will be your agenda, your LIFO as well as FIFO, your concept class, your concept with example problem. So we are doing FIFO method. You have to make a heading that FIFO and this is a sample answer. So this is all about your today's session. In LIFO, FIFO, easily you can score 15 out of 15. But you should have patience in this. Thank you.